When you think of adaptive sports, which sports come to mind? The answer may surprise you. Adaptive sports include, but aren't limited to, swimming, volleyball, snowboarding, basketball, cycling, running, curling, surfing, and the list goes on. But what exactly do adaptive sports entail? The variations in adaptive sports out there are extensive. In most cases, the same sport can be adapted in many different ways to meet the needs of each athlete. For example, cross-country skiing is adapted to be accessible so that the athletes may compete sitting, standing, or with a guide due to visual impairment. Sometimes special equipment is required to make adaptation possible, such as a sit ski for an athlete who cross-country skis while sitting. Adaptive sports can provide many benefits to athletes with disabilities, including enabling them to reap all the positive effects that physical activity has to offer. These can include weight control, improved mood, prevention and management of health problems, to name a few. For some athletes, adaptive sports also provide the means to continue to be active following an accident which led to disability later in life. Participation in adaptive sports can offer benefits off the field as well. Playing adaptive sports can help people with disabilities gain confidence and physical independence. Some training programs could help athletes with disabilities build functional strength, enabling them to have increased endurance in the workplace and elsewhere. The AACPG of Lake County recognized the importance of adaptive sports for our community. Please enjoy the rest of this presentation.
Hi, my name is Angela Walker, and I am a member of AACPG. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about my life and what I do with adaptive sports. You see, I am a wheelchair user, and I've been using a wheelchair since 2015. But before that, I could walk around and I could run and I could do whatever I wanted to do. But when I started having some mobility issues, I had to use a wheelchair. And I kind of thought that life was over because, you just sit in a chair all day. And I started feeling pretty bad about my life and the way things were going. And I really felt helpless, right? Because I couldn't do any of the exciting things that I used to do before. And then I found out about adaptive sports in our community. And I started with one sport. And since that time, I've learned how to do about 12 different sports, and I do them all in my wheelchair. So some of the sports that I do now are bocce ball, wheelchair tennis, horseshoes, rowing, rifle, pistol, archery, dancing, yoga, and badminton, just to name a few. I think also kayaking I've done, and not real mountain climbing, but some climbing exercises I've been able to do. The thing that I like the most about adaptive sports is that it got my body moving again, because you see, when you're in a wheelchair, you don't get to move around. And so, your blood flow is not as good, and your breathing can get pretty bad. So your heart can go bad really fast if you're not moving around. So the key to being in a wheelchair and trying to remain healthy is to keep moving. So even if it just means doing some exercises, it's better than doing nothing at all. And for me, I had to learn how to start exercising in my chair in order to compete and win, because you got to be strong and you got to have endurance. And but that's fun. That's the fun part about being involved with adaptive sports. First of all, you get to learn something new, And if you used to do sports before, then you'll find out that you'll be able to do it again. So it's just a matter of making some changes to the way you used to do things, even with cycling, right? Like if I can't use my legs to cycle, I can use my arms to cycle. And it just feels really good to do sports again. One of the other things that I really like about doing adaptive sports is meeting people, making new friends, and of course competing. That's number one, is competing. So I would like to encourage anybody that's out there, if you're in a wheelchair or if you have some type of physical challenge and you want to make some changes to your life, you want to try something new, fun, and different, try adaptive sports. There are lots of organizations in Lake County that can help you get started. And I really, really encourage it. It has made quite a change in my life. And I'm so thankful. So I hope you give it a try. Thank you.